Welcome to the Achieve Results Now podcast, the podcast that gives you immediate actions you can take to start seeing life-shifting results now. Hey Achievers, welcome to episode 30 of the Achieve Results Now podcast. We're actually interviewing today Jeff Grube. Jeff is a fitness coach, a former elementary school teacher. He's a dad, family guy, and what's unique about Jeff and what makes him a great fitness coach and somebody we wanted to interview is he's literally been kind of through the cycle that I know a lot of people go through of the ups and downs of, you know, getting out of shape, then getting back in shape, the first time for his wedding. And this is really just a great interview with a lot of good nuggets in it. One of which is his yeah but exercise, which is going to be an action item that we're going to talk about through the podcast that I recommend that everybody do. And Jeff's he's a master at helping people get leverage to make those changes that they need to make. So, you know, definitely this is going to be a great podcast, and we look forward to having him on. Hey everybody, welcome to the Achieve Results Now podcast, episode 30, where we're interviewing Jeff Grube. That's Grube like groovy, but with a B.
Hey Jeff.
Hey, thanks. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, welcome. So you're a fitness coach, and if you could tell us a little bit about your journey of how you became a fitness coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, 25-ish years ago, I was a student of yours, and it kind of combined just the physical element of being in shape with karate, and also teaching was required to get my black belt. And so later down the line, I actually did become a elementary school teacher, and after gaining a significant amount of weight, getting back into fitness and combining those two things and being passionate about both of them has really kind of been the key for me, and that's where I'm at now.
That's awesome. One of the things that I think is pretty awesome that I've seen is you got out of shape after you were in shape. But then you got in great shape again, and what I see with a lot of the fitness coaches and fitness experts, they've always been in shape. They started their business in their 20s and stayed in shape all the way through. And I think it's unique, somebody that has gotten out of shape, and so they know how their clients feel. So if you could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, growing up, I was always in shape, and I was growing vertically, and once college kind of wrapped up, I didn't really gain weight in college, but once it wrapped up and I started to become a teacher, and you have all those teacher lounge treats and class parties, and I started growing horizontally.
Right.
And I don't know what the weight gain was, but man, I look at the pictures and I was like, oh my God, like what did I do? And the first time I kind of was getting in shape was for my my wedding in 2009, and I was just thinking that these pictures last forever, and I need to get, I want to look good, and I was kind of being vain about it, and that's all I was thinking. And I did a 90-day P90X program, and I lost 30 pounds. I felt really good, and at the time though, I didn't really apply it to more than 90 days. And I gained 40 pounds back after the wedding, and so I realized at that point that it was more of a lifestyle change I needed to make, and just being able to, be in that situation, like you said, my clients are in, like I can definitely relate to them, and how they, they don't you don't always, when you're that overweight, or when you are more overweight than you want to be, you don't always see yourself as that. You see what happened to me, or you see like what's on me. Like I don't feel like me,
right.
And that sort of was really helpful for my change.
Yeah, and many people they just make excuses for where they're at, and they don't make a decision. What did you have a specific point in your life where you said, okay, I was out of shape, I got in shape. So the first one was the wedding, all right? Then you got out of shape again after the wedding, and now clearly you're in shape again. What was that change or decision?
Yeah, it's a great question. So when I was after the wedding, when I lost the weight and I gained it right back, I was teaching, and I remember going home almost a year later, driving home. I would go over the train tracks, and at that moment, embarrassingly enough, my man boob jiggled, and I was just like, "What is happening?" Like I thought I did P90X, and I got results, and then what? And I was just being, I guess, ignorant to all the weight I was gaining, and at that point, it's like when I realized, like, look, I need to continue this forever. This is not just a 90-day thing, and that's why diets and fad diets or intense exercises don't always work all the time. It's like because people, I mean, you can get short-term results, as I proved, but what's more important? Is it the short-term result or is it the long-term result?
Right.
And that decision was like, I am not going to be this way again. And I found some leverage in that moment, and it was good enough to get me results again and keep me on track. And as time gone on, the tricky part is trying to reevaluating your goals, reevaluating what's important to you, and finding more leverage.
Right. Yeah.
And Jeff, it's super interesting because I know I'm sure a lot of our listeners, you know, I mean, and a lot of the population as a whole, you know, we all look back on our high school days, our college days, and say, man, I was in such great shape. I can't, you know, how did I let myself go this far, you know, and how did I get here? And I'm sure a lot of other people have had that railroad moment, you know. And actually, funny enough, I had the same one. It was a few years ago when I snapped to a neutral stance, and my very same man boob jiggled. So, I mean, you know, I think they've all been there. But I think, you know, a good question. I always think the best trainers are people who have gone through the journey that their clients are going through because they know exactly what's happening. But
right, they know the real obstacles.
Yeah, and I mean, I think everybody has gotten to the point where we've said, "Jesus, I'm done. I don't want to be this size anymore. I want to get more fit." But then that kind of ebbs off. You know what I mean? After a while, maybe after the first workout, they get that, okay, I did something. I'm better now. So I guess what's the defining difference that helps people get beyond that to the next level?
Beyond what specifically?
Kind of beyond that point where they say, you know, okay, so I wanted to make a change. I did a diet for a week and I worked out for a week and I'm starting to see results. So now my level of need to change kind of dissipates. You know what I mean? Like once they get past that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a phenomenal question. Jeez, I've thought about it but never actually been asked it. Jeez, okay. So I mean, basically, it's like, when you're saying, so I understand it, when people start to get results and they start to feel like they have succeeded and they stop too early and they don't have that desire anymore.
That's exactly right.
Man, I mean, I think everyone that's been here, so if everyone listens to this answer, I hope this is a good one. You know, I definitely can absolutely relate to that, where in life you have, okay, this is perfect. Okay, so in life you have goals, you have dreams, you have ambitions, and you know things that make you happy. And I love doing this exercise. It's called the yeah but exercise. And what you do in this yeah but exercise to help you actually overcome those things, it's almost too simple and really powerful. Where you will, you know, close your eyes and imagine yourself, you know, getting everything you want, have everything you want, experiencing the feelings you want, like just what is that ultimate success, happiness, abundance in life, everything you want. And you take a notepad, like a spiral notepad or 2 pieces of paper side by side. And on the left side, you write all your dreams, all your goals, all the things that you want to have in life or to be. And on the right side, now you get to write all your yeah buts. Like, well, I want six-pack abs, yeah, but I don't have time and I have kids. I want a 6-figure salary, yeah, but I don't have a college degree. And so you need to write all your dreams on one side and all your yeah buts on the other. And here's what you do. Choose which side you want to live on for each of those.
Wow.
You can live with your excuse, or you can live with your dream.
Mm-hmm.
It's your choice. And which one you think you want. I mean, maybe some people's yeah buts are totally legitimate, and like but it's rare, but it's their choice, right? So you have to decide, make the choice. Do I want what my goal is? My goal is to be healthy. And like I said, you find that leverage. When you find leverage within yourself, it's so powerful. It's like getting that massage, and you hit that spot, and you're like, oh my God, that's it. And for me, it took me a really long time to get leverage that was just incredibly powerful. Like, I had leverage that got me from, like, sort of like a monkey swinging from branch to branch. I got enough leverage when I needed it. But the leverage I have now is so intense on myself of why. When people hear, like, find your why, but it's, like, really deep. You find what's going to help you do something when you don't want to do it, right? If you want to live on the side of your dreams and side of your goals, it's going to be tough. And the thing is, you have strength not for when things are easy. Heck, when I have scheduled time to exercise or extra time to make my food and things are going right and the kids are acting great and like. And I'm so excited. I'm in the right mood, and I don't have any cravings. That's easy. The reason I have strength is to persevere for when it's not easy.
That's an awesome answer. Very good.
Yeah, Jeff.
That's basically what I got for you.
No, that's great. I mean, really, because you've listened to the podcast, and our podcast is really about helping people. Very similar to the training you do. It's take actionable steps. So. I really like that, butt list, because it's a very, like you said, it's simple, or, it's not very complicated to do. It's just a notepad and a couple lines. But I think the power behind picking which side of those you want to live on is just such a great action people could actually take out of this podcast and do, as soon as they're done. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So a typical excuse people have, whether it's for training or for setting goals or anything they want in life, is time. They say they don't have enough time. And, we say all the time, we all have the same amount of time during the day. So with your clients, how do you overcome that excuse of time? What do you tell them?
Overcoming the excuse of time is always tricky, because people, for the most part, think they're busier than they are. Mm-hmm. And one great example of that is when people who have kids out there listening, and if they are listening, then great, I'm glad they have the time now. But if you have kids, you realize before you had them and you said they didn't have time, and you laugh now, you're like, or someone says, we're pregnant, we're going to have our first kid, and it's going to go so great and easy, and then we have everything planned, and I'm like,
yeah.
It's like there are so many things in life that challenge us that get stacked on, and people use time as a problem. They list time as a problem, and so time is actually obviously one of the only really scarce resource we have is time. Right. And the thing that really can affect our time is our health. They kind of go hand in hand. But if you have an issue with time, you just have to prioritize. Like, look at your life, look at what you're doing. For me, I was watching maybe too many episodes of TV, and I started adding it up. I was like, okay, there's this episode, or this show. Oh my God, that's like 7.5 hours a week. Or I was playing a video game. It's like, I'm going to get really embarrassing here. That's like 30 plus hours a week. And I would on a good week, or a bad week actually. But like there's all these things you can do if you start to figure out where your time is going. Mm-hmm. And you'll notice that a lot of people's time is going to places they're not actually choosing. It's that they're being controlled. So, like, TV is designed to be addictive. Right. Games are designed to be addictive. Things in life, companies they're fighting for your time. They're fighting for your attention. If you just give it to them so easily, your goals and things aren't going to happen in life because you keep making this excuse for time. If you can get over the excuse of time, then everything else becomes possible, really. Mm-hmm. Maybe you stay up later. Maybe you wake up earlier. I'm not really a morning person. I don't want to wake up early. But here's the thing that I just did a call last night with some people, which is, where does energy come from? People think, I don't have time, I have energy. It's almost similar, but I don't have the energy. It's like, not that I don't have time to do it, it's I don't want to do it, And so
right.
The energy, when I talk to people, I say, where does energy really come from? Like, yes, you need to sleep. Yes, you need to eat. That's to stay alive for your body. But people have slept not enough. People have slept just the right amount. People have slept too much. You slept 10 hours. And you're like, I don't want to get up. Why am I still tired? It doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't I have tons of energy? Or you eat a little bit, you eat a lot. And Thanksgiving, you're just like, I'm eating all this food. If you think food comes from energy, why is everyone tired for Thanksgiving? Because you ate a ton of food. You should be ready to go, ready to run a marathon. So if you think the energy comes from from sleep and food, you're wrong, because people have too much of it and they still want more. They don't feel good enough yet. So energy comes from what you created, because there's times in life where you've been excited about a trip, or nervous about a job interview, or nervous about missing a flight, and you stay up and you're like, I'm so tired, I can't miss this flight. I mean, why am I not sleeping? I have so much anxious energy. If you have a vacation coming up, or you're getting married that day, and you're like so excited, and you just, or for me, a video game was coming out back in the day, and I'm like, I gotta get it on day one. I'm so excited, I can't wait to get off work and go play it. It's energy that I have created by the meaning I have in my head about something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's other than wanting to do a study on the direct correlation of hours on video games to man boob relationship, because I think there's got to be one. But yes. Jeff, you are really, this is a great podcast. You seem to be a master of something that I want to talk about a little bit more, and that's leverage. Because I think, like you said, being excited for vacation, I think excitement comes from leverage. Basically the leverage you have when you're excited for vacation is you see that picture of what you're going to be doing. Hopefully, if you have kids, you don't set your expectation too high. Yeah. Because then the leverage can go the other way.
All the money you're spending.
Exactly. But
if
you have that good vision, then you have more energy because you have that positive leverage. So I think where some people fall short, and I want your take on this, is they either create not enough leverage or dull leverage, where it's just not strong enough. And I think the best way to get leverage is to grab a coach who can really be honest with you, because I think, the truth hurts and the truth will set you free. But if you were coaching somebody who didn't have their own trainer, who didn't have somebody, what would be your advice to get not just kind of like that surface level leverage, like, I'm going to have to buy new pants, but the real leverage that's going to get them to change, that deep leverage?
Yeah, that's a great question. That is something that when I'm working with people on, if it's a new client, specifically new client, or even old clients, or they come back and they need more leverage, is like since your priorities and goals in life are subject to change, you need to figure out what this new leverage is, and the way to build. You have to build upon it. I'm not sure. I haven't done enough research on if you can get deep leverage immediately by skipping the small stuff. Sometimes, there's things too small. Like, people say, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds. I'm like, well, why? I'm like, I want to feel a little lighter. I'm like, well, no, let's go more than that. And then say, well, I want to look good in the swimsuit this summer. I'm like, okay, and then maybe I can work with that, but let's go deeper, because here the key thing that people don't really know is that all your goals in life are so you can have a feeling. Every goal you have in life is so you can have a feeling. If it's like, I want $1 million, is it because you want security and safety, and maybe that brings you happiness and peace, and you don't have to worry about money? Is it like, I want to be in love? Well, that's an obvious goal. But maybe you want to lose weight so you can look in a swimsuit, so you think you're going to attract the right person. Like, I doubt. That logic, like meeting someone that happens to look at you on the beach and think you're attractive, seems like not the best way to meet somebody. But maybe it works out in some cases. I don't know. But we have these stories in your head that you say, I can't succeed unless I have a 4-year degree. I can't, and then you get your 4-year degree. Like, man, I can't succeed because I don't have a master's. Oh, I got my master's. I can't succeed until I have a PhD. Now you're thinking, now I can't succeed, I have too much debt. And it's like this, the whatever you're willing to tell yourself every single day, and you have to be really aware of what you're saying inside your head and the words you use. And when you figure out this leverage component, you just think, like, what's going to cause me to act? And now there's 2 types of motivation. There's away motivation and towards motivation. You can actually be, it doesn't matter which one it is, they're both effective. You can actually be more motivated to go earn $10,000, or maybe you're more motivated to prevent someone from stealing $10,000. Most of the time, we're most motivated preventing from someone doing something, so we're away motivated. We don't want to lose. So you got to figure out, like, okay, if I don't get healthy, if I don't stay healthy, what am I going to lose? What am I going to gain? And you make this long list of stuff. And basically, I was doing this thing last night. It's like you put your goal in the center of a piece of paper. And it's called an RPM plan, if anyone wants to Google it. You put your goal in the center of the piece of paper. You write just one goal, lose 10 pounds, or energy out, energy up. On the right side of this piece of paper, you divide it into thirds. You say, this is what I'm going to feel. This is what I'm going to get. I'm going to feel happier, confident. I'm going to feel like I can do it. I'm successful. I'm going to feel healthier. I'll have more energy. I'll look good in a swimsuit. I'll be setting a good example for my kids or my family. Maybe it's, if I lose that weight, I'm going to feel good enough, or I'm going to feel good enough to be loved. Or maybe I don't want to buy 2 airplane tickets when I go on an airplane. I want this weight. Whatever that leverage, you create this leverage. You have like a ton of it, like a seesaw. You put so much weight over there on that seesaw that on the left side of the piece of paper, now you're just going to write all the things you're willing to do to get there. And maybe it's like, hey, the easiest thing, I'm going to eat healthy foods according to a meal plan designed for me because we are all different. Or, like, well, that one seems really hard. What's another thing I can do? Magical pill number 1. Nope, that didn't work. Fad diet number 2. That didn't work. Exercising. Yeah, that can work, but that's a lot of pain. Hire a chef. Oh, that costs too much. Find a buddy. Or how about this? How about I'll donate all my clothes the next season so I have no clothes. I have 4 months. 4 months to get there. And by the way, I've done it. It works with 2 people. So, you create these actions, and the thing is, all the actions is a list of things that you're willing to do to get your goal, and that's why you want, and on the right side, all the things you want, and the actions are going to change. And eventually, you're going to try everything, because that leverage should be so heavy that it might not be just one thing. And so it's really important to look at this list. When I start exercising, like you said, Mark, and my goal is to lose 10 or 20 pounds, but I lost 5. Yeah, I lost 5. I should be pretty happy, or whatever it is. Side note: most people are walking around with 10 to 15 pounds of waste in their body, I should say. So losing 10 to 15 pounds typically is not fat right away. And so when you have enough leverage on that right side, you could have lots of those little things, Mark.
Yep.
Or you could have lots of little things and one mega weight thing that's like, man, you look at it and you're like, I have to do this. And that happens with me. Like, I wake up and like, man, I want to hit snooze. I want to hit snooze so bad. First decision of the day, procrastination.
Right.
And so I have found leverage within myself, and I've never actually shared my leverage with people before, but I'll share it. Hopefully people listening to this, they might relate and then use it as an example. But
this is an exclusive right now.
Yeah. I might not repeat it for a while. But the reason I don't say my leverage is that I feel like it's a very, very dark, painful thing that I just don't want to happen. And maybe alright, so my leverage is that for me, experiencing what I did growing up, whether it's like massive amounts of in a short period of time, mass amounts of bullying, seeing classmates take their own lives, and having say toxic parents to a level which my previous therapist is just wowed by. Like, I realized that the thing that really got me through what I needed to get through was my time in karate, was the personal development, the mindset that I had, and feeling that perseverance, that not giving up. And I specifically remember stick-to-itiveness was a thing in karate.
Yeah.
You
still say it.
Okay, stick-to-itiveness. That stuck to it in my head, and it never left. And I thought, okay, there's so many other options I could take. There's so many easy outs, but don't give up. And even when it was like super, super painful, and here's where I'm going with this leverage. I have always thought about me and how I'm going to persevere. And after having kids, I didn't have leverage. People say, oh, my kids motivate me. I'm like, well, I would love to say that, and I'm embarrassed to say that they don't. I'm still not where I want to be. I'm still not as motivated. I'm kind of like a hamster wheel. I'm trying to scrape and find any new motivation. And so here's where it came down to, is like, look, no matter what happens, I want to instill in my kids this level of stick-to-itiveness. I want to instill them this power, this leverage that they can have, this strength, because of the increasing amounts of like bullying, cyberbullying and things like that happen in now, and in 10 years, what's going to happen. I don't want my kids just to be another victim. And I don't know if I don't empower them with the amount of tools of confidence and perseverance and how to make good choices and how to be goal focused and how to ignore the haters. If I can't be a role model and also teach that, I have no idea if they're going to be one of those kids that takes their own life because they can't handle it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And so my leverage, I can't stop.
That's powerful. Thank you for sharing. And on a side note, it sounds like all kids should take martial arts. That's what I gather from that.
and that sounds great. One caveat to that, I have not found in my history, after I moved away from upstate New York and I went to California and I've lived in Arizona and Texas, I have not found a martial arts that is as focused on the things that you are and on what you embody. And I 100% believe it comes from your passions, it comes from your teaching style, it comes from your beliefs, it comes from what you've experienced with personal development. That is really rare. It's really rare. And maybe there are some I have missed, but there's a lot that focus on other goals.
Yeah, kicking and punching. That's it.
And money.
Yeah.
And money.
and money, yeah,
right.
Unfortunately. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Jeff, one of the things we like to ask the people we interview is their morning routines. We found that successful people in all endeavors have certain routines and habits that not only made them successful, but keep them successful. Do you have a specific morning routine you'd like to share?
Wow, you guys are picked a good time to ask, because I'd say that I have never been a morning person. I want to sleep as long as possible, and the thing that really kind of got me going was I need to find more time, and I was like, okay, well, I could try this morning thing again, even though I really, really don't want to do it. And I was like, well, so many successful people say you have to get up in the morning. And I thought, well, it doesn't matter if I get up. If it's my kid that wakes me up early, obviously I get up then.
Right.
And for me, I could sleep an extra 20 minutes, and I know it's not going to matter. Deep down, I know I'm going to want more, so it doesn't matter. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do the morning thing because my excuse is total BS.
Mm-hmm.
And I started getting up in the morning as of, let's say, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks, maybe like 15 days ago, whatever the Monday of 2 weeks ago was. And for me, the experience is that I wake up, I hit snooze one time. I allow myself one snooze. And after that, I get up. I'm like, zombie mode. Gotta get up, and I start getting myself kind of in peak state. I do my move. I go yes, and I think of all the things I need to get ready for, and it's probably a bigger topic later. But I get in the state, and I get changed for my workout, and I go work out. And I'm like, man. And while I'm warming up, I'm thinking, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And in the first move, I'm like, why am I doing this? And after the second move, I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm amazing. I feel great. And so, like, my routine is just getting up and taking action, working out. And then the crazy thing is, I've absolutely noticed the benefits of controlling how my day starts. Is something that I like. Getting that done out of the way means I'm starting off on the right foot. I've also noticed I don't have as much of a sweet tooth or a caffeine craving around early afternoon. That's gone. And I was like, that's funny. And I'm also going to bed just a little bit earlier, not much. But I'm sleeping a heck of a lot better. And so I get up and I'm like, yep, there we go. So
that's awesome.
That's my routine. Get up and do it.
That's so neat because it's taking us through like the first couple thoughts of that workout.
Yeah.
It's because I think people naturally think, oh well, all these successful people, they just kind of wake up and they spring up and they're excited to go do this thing. But I think realistically, even waking up as early as I have for as long as I have, it's still, it can still be, man, just walking to get that first glass of water is a beast.
Right.
But then once you're there. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I could turn back any time. Why have I not yet?
Right. Once I'm halfway to the sink to get my glass of water out, it's over.
Yeah.
I can't turn
now
back.
You're committed.
Right now, I'm committed.
Wow, a lot of great content in this podcast. Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of actionable stuff. So
for sure. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me. This is so cool.
And Jeff, we're just gonna wrap up, but if our listeners want to find you, and follow you afterwards, what's the best way for them to stay in touch?
Best way is facebook.com/Jeff Grube, JEFFGRUBE. That's the best way to stay in touch. If you're on any other social media, it's just Jeff Grube. Instagram's pretty cool too.
Okay,
it's awesome.
That sounds great, and we'll. For all our listeners, we're going to make sure to put some of the action items and some of those links in the show notes so you can easily get there. So thank you, everybody, for listening. Be sure to check the show notes and share this podcast. Thanks for listening. Be sure to hop over to our website at achieveresultsnow.com to get your free copy of our book, Ignite Results, 4 specific daily actions to help you achieve results now. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Achieve Results Now. Thanks for listening, commenting, and subscribing. Now get out there and achieve results now.